Hey, what's going on, gang? I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed a lot of football and a baseball if you're a baseball fan too. Today I'm going to talk about 5 NFL trash talkers who actually did back it up on the field. Last week we talked about ones who did not back it up on the field. Now I'm going to talk about the ones who did back it up on the field. I've got a lot more stuff like this coming too. We'll keep previewing the games. We'll doing predictions, odds, over under for betting and stuff like that too. So if you're a football fan, this is not only Jets, Giants, and Bills primary network, but primary channel. But we talk about everybody. So if your team's the Packers, if your team's the Lions, if your team's whoever, the Panthers, the Chiefs, no matter who your team is, we're going to talk about them. Any type of news that comes out, you'll get it here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please do that. It's the only thing I ask you to do. I greatly appreciate it. It means the world. And we're really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the season's up. We're at about 400 now, so we need your help is greatly appreciated. 1,000 subscribers is the cutoff, so we can start live streaming. We can get you involved in the conversation. Live time. If you want to get on the screen, you can do that. If you want to trash talk, you can do that. So it's part of what makes this channel fun, right? So, but today we're going to talk about 5 of the biggest NFL trash talkers that did back it up on the field. And if I'm missing anybody, load up the comments and let me know. All right? So let's get to it. Number 1. You know what that is? Antrel Rolle from the New York Giants. Okay? He was a safety. And this guy loved trash talking. Especially the NFC kind with the Eagles and stuff like that. So he loved getting A.J. Green. And especially when he was a wide receiver at Cincinnati. And this guy is a Pro Bowler. He was notorious for shutting down tight ends and particularly wide receivers and stuff like that, and really backing up his stellar defensive play on the field. So he's a guy that'll go down in history books as one of the best safeties around. So Antrel Rolle is number 1. Number 2, wide receiver Steve Smith, Carolina Panthers, and then you switch to a couple other teams too. This guy was a small, diminutive wide receiver, and he played like a giant. Most of the wide receivers now are 6'1", 6'2", 6'4", 6'5". This guy was maybe 5.5 feet. He was small, but the guy can catch the ball in any type of situation. 4 defenders on him, caught the ball. He used to outrun a lot of the defenders too, and he's known for his trash talking too. And he always found ways to catch the ball, and that's one of the things that made him special. Any type of situation, okay? And it's true. He liked to bust on guys like Janoris Jenkins, cornerback, who couldn't really shut him down. And he was probably his favorite punching bag in the NFL. But this is what happens. And again, he trash talked his own teammates. That's the type of situation you had here with this guy. But this guy was a legend trash talker. He was a legend wide receiver too, Hall of Fame type guy. Next up, wide receiver, DeSean Jackson, toys for the Eagles, right? One of the better wide receivers around during his time. And again, he was a notorious trash talker too. He always backed it up on the field. He always liked outrunning defenders. He always had that ability to create gaps as soon as he caught the ball and just create space. Kind of outrun a lot of these guys. And it's one of the things that made him special. So he became a Philadelphia legend. He was beloved in Philly for his play, for his trash talking, for the combination of the two. And then anytime you get to back up your trash talk with great play, you're gonna get beloved by the fans. You don't do it, like the guys that I talked about in the last video, you'll be ribbed by the fans, especially in big places like Philly, New York, Chicago, places like that, like Massachusetts. They'll get on you. They'll go. You'll know, especially in Philadelphia, you know where you stand right away, whether they love you or not. And they loved him. They really, really, really did. He used to trash talk Darrelle Revis a lot too, who had trouble in the latter parts of his career, especially covering DeSean Jackson. So he was a guy that he scored 2 touchdowns in like 6 catches versus Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. So he lit them up when they played him. Not Super Bowl. Not Super Bowl. They played Tampa Bay in the playoffs. So, actually, no, they did play. When they played New England, they played Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. New England in the Super Bowl. They beat New England in the Super Bowl. They played Tampa Bay in the playoffs. So, but again, legend. No, they didn't play him in the playoffs, actually. I'm tongue-tied here. Played him in regular games. But he lit up. I said he lit up Darrell Revis for 2 touchdowns and 6 catches. That's what I meant. Excuse me. But he regularly pokes fun at the Eagles Fly song too, DeSean Jackson. You know, he was just the guy that poked fun at the song. Like I personally poke fun at the song too, but it's a song that's beloved in Philadelphia, especially when guys like him score touchdowns. So, DeSean Jackson. Next up, a legend. Yeah. He even got a role in one of the Jackass movies. Legendary pass rusher Jared Allen. The Vikings pass rusher. While he was with Minnesota, this guy would trash talk Detroit all the time. Okay? Just across the way. He said it's never a place I would live in and blah, blah, blah. He used to trash talk the city all the time. And he used to say, this guy used to just, he used to trash talk their offensive line. He said, I beat them like redheaded stepchildren. So, 125 career sacks, multiple Pro Bowls, Hall of Famer. And again, whenever you get a role in a movie like Jackass, you're trash talking your ability to lay somebody out like he did with Johnny Knoxville in that movie, you're a legend. And Jared Allen always backed up his trash talk on the field with disgustingly phenomenal play. And lastly, one of the most notorious and most famous trash talkers, also one of the most intelligent players, yes, Mr. Richard Sherman, Stanford grad. He's a god. He was a legend in Seattle. He used to shut down everybody. And again, a super smart guy. He's one of the top cornerbacks of all time. And he always let people know how good he was, how hard he shut them down, and everything else that came along with it. He was known for his trash talking. He was also known for letting people know, that they should shut up after trash talking him when he shut them down. Like he would not hesitate to speak his mind in any circumstances. But again, when you back it up the way he did, especially in Seattle and with San Francisco too, when you back it up that much, it's really, really hard to not become beloved and become a legend. So he still won't stop to this day. But those are my 5. Those are my top 5 guys. Let me know what you think. Am I missing anybody? I mean, I was going to mention Lawrence Taylor, but it wasn't much of a trash talk as these guys were. He would just lay people out. So, and tell you to shut up, because a lot of people trash talked him a lot. And he would just shut you up. But those are my top 5, in my opinion. Let me know. Load up the comments. Okay, got a lot more fun content for you. Hopefully, we'll get to 1,000 subscribers before the season's up, so we can start live streaming, getting everybody in on the chat and everybody in on the conversation. I would love to know who your teams are. Love to know what you're thinking, and what your thoughts are after these games too. So have a great weekend. We'll be previewing Week 5 soon in a couple days. I'll talk to you next time.